What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next episode. Here I'm going to talk about the man, Belal. Remember the name Muhammad. Man, Belal has been on my radar for a little bit. I tend to like Belal a lot. He's not the most entertaining guy. I mean, a lot of people don't remember the name like that, if you're not having the most entertaining fights. But this fight against Gilbert Burns, and I know Gilbert went into this fight and he got injured in the first round, and that just shows how tough Gilbert Burns is, that he lasted all 5 rounds with Belal with one hand. He did his best he could possibly have did in there to fight with one arm against a really top level guy like Belal Muhammad. But let's not take away from Belal. Belal came in this fight and he displayed what he always displays. He displays technicality, he displays pressure, he displays beautiful boxing. And another thing that Belal is very good at, and he really showed it in this fight, is he displayed some beautiful switch kicks on Gilbert Burns. And Belal is so good. I mean, I've just started noticing this, but Belal is so good at fighting from both orthodox and southpaw. He transitions between both stances so flawlessly, and he just launches kicks from both stances to the body, to the legs, to the head. And I think that's what actually injured Gilbert Burns' shoulder, is from all the kicks that if you haven't ever participated in combat sports, like if you get kicked, you don't want to block too many kicks on the arms like that, because that's a big muscle and bone coming at these smaller bones that can really injure you like that. And I feel like that's what happened to Gilbert. And also, Gilbert is the most busiest fighter in that division right now. That man has had 3 fights against 3 top level guys within like 4 or 5 months. You gotta think, he fought Wonderboy Thompson, he fought Jorge Masvidal, and then he fought not Wonderboy. Well, he did fight Wonderboy, not in the last 3, but then he fought Neil Magny. He subbed him in the first round, and then he fought Jorge Masvidal. He dogged Jorge, and then he had to go fight Belal Muhammad on a short notice after being drained from that Jorge camp. So I don't know if Gilbert actually had enough time to even recover from that. That's just a lot of strain he's putting on his body, and I know from what I've read that he's torn multiple muscles in that left shoulder of his, so let's hope for a speedy recovery from Gilbert. But let's talk more about Belal, man. Belal, man, he mixes up the boxing so well. We already know he's a good grappler. He's a good wrestler, has great takedown defense, has great takedowns. But I think in this fight, he wanted to display more of his stand-up capabilities. Like, he wants to be able to get in title contention. And knowing the UFC, they don't want boring fighters that are just going to grapple and hug the whole entire time. They don't want those guys to be the champions. That's not very entertaining for a lot of casual people, a lot of hardcore fans. They're going to enjoy that, but we got to be real, guys. We want to see exciting fights. We want to see stand-up fights, or mixed in with grappling, takedowns, ground and pound, strikes. And I think Belal started to transition into that to be more of a stand-up guy. He wants to be more entertaining. He wants that title. He needs to get that title. I feel like he's the number 1 guy. They do not need to skip over Belal Muhammad. They do not need to give that to Kobe. We don't know when Kobe's even going to fight. Is he ever going to fight again? Did Jorge mess him up that bad in that street fight that he wants to just fight in court now? He doesn't want to fight anymore. He talks all this shit, but doesn't sign some papers, man. Let's get this fight on the road if you're going to fight. But they really need to give this to Belal. And then another one of Belal's previous fights where he fought Sean Brady is where he also displayed grit. He displayed that he has a really good chin. He's game. If he gets hit, he's not going to fold under that. He's just going to stay pressuring you. Especially in that Sean Brady fight. He stayed on top of Sean Brady. And Sean Brady was tagging him with beautiful combinations. He was getting hit with some bombs, and Belal just did not fade at all. He just took him on chin. He stayed right in there. I also do like about Belal is that he stays in the pocket and he does display good head movement. But at the same time, he also gets hit a lot. That I've noticed. I think he hangs his hands a little too low when he throws shots. His hands are kind of by his hips sometimes when he's throwing. But he did display grit. He displayed a good chin, amazing pressure. And against Sean Brady, who's actually a pretty decent striker. I know he's more of a grappler. He's more a jiu-jitsu guy. He likes to sub people. But that was a pretty good stand-up fight between those two. But Belal displayed very good boxing. He had very good boxing combinations. He pumps the jab out multiple times. And he's also a volume guy. Belal doesn't just throw 1-2 shots. He's throwing 2, 3, 4, 5 shots at a time. He's pumping that jab out multiple times. He's good at maintaining range, staying in the pocket, hitting you, moving, popping in and out of the pocket like that. And also in that fight, which is so funny, you know, people they make fun of his nickname, Remember the Name, but they call him Remember the Decision, because the majority of his fights do go to decision, but he finally displayed that he can actually finish somebody in Sean Brady. He had Sean hurt with multiple right hands. He was cracking Sean with multiple right hands, had him against the cage, and did not let up. He sensed that he was hurt, and he's like, okay, I can put this guy away if I just maintain pressure, maintain the attacks. He was cracking Sean with multiple times. The ref had to step in and stop it. And that also displays the cardio of Belal. Belal does not slow down one bit at all, man. That man's gas tank is phenomenal. And that's why I really think between Colby Covington and Belal Muhammad, I know Belal is the true guy that deserves that title. And I really think he's going to be the toughest match for Leon. I don't think Colby is going to be he'll be tough. Colby's tough for anybody that's going to fight him. But I think Leon will be able to dismantle Colby kind of like he did Kamaru in that last fight. And Belal might actually present more of a challenge to Leon due to the grappling. He's more of a heavier grappler as well. He might try to grapple Leon and take him to the ground and keep him there and pound him out and all that. I don't think he'll want to try and stand with Leon, because Leon's in a league of his own in the stand-up. Because there's times where, like, we're going to go back to the Sean Brady fight, where Sean Brady was tagging him with some beautiful combinations, in and out, jabs, hooks, right crosses. And I think Leon's a more complete version of that. He's more crispier. He's obviously a way better kickboxer than Sean Brady is. And Sean Brady was tagging Belal a few times. And I think if that was Leon, I think he'd actually put Belal away with those shots that he was landing on him. But out of the two, between Colby and Belal, I really think Belal has the best chance to beat Leon. Now, do I think he will beat Leon? I don't think so. I don't think someone's going to beat Leon in this division for a while, unless like someone like Hamza Chimaev comes down again, if he can lose the weight to get down into welterweight again and fight Leon. But if we're going to keep it between these two right here, I really think Leon beats both guys. I think he reigns atop of this division for a while, until another top contender comes up and maybe can snub him out like that. But all things aside like that, man, Belal showed that he's versatile. He's got pressure. He's a fighter. He wants to fight. He wants to fight and put you away and get to this title. And I'm really, really rooting for Belal now, man. I do enjoy watching Belal fight. Even he's a little boring sometimes, but he does what he has to do. You know, he gets in there, gets it done, and I'm rooting for him. I'm definitely rooting for him. I'm excited to see where this welterweight division is going to end up and how it's going to go. But if you're still around listening, I appreciate you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. See y'all later.